All right, hey guys, Navid here. So I think it's about time we give you guys a true fragrance collection. We got some goodies in here. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. So we're gonna start. I'll go in order as I got the fragrances. So actually, first fragrance I ever got was Mr. Abercrombie Fitch Fierce. Now there was a different version of this I got first, which I have at my house, which I just keep in my drawer, but this is like kind of the same similar smell. I got this while I was working there. And then, my taste started to evolve from there. So then as a gift for Christmas, when I was in about 7th grade, I'm sure most of you know the classic Bleu de Chanel from my bathroom essentials haul. Let's see, this one, these two were really staples for me starting off. Abercrombie Fitch Fierce, very like fresh, clean smelling, kind of cozy smelling when you go in the mall. A lot of memories come back for that one. This one, is a classic. A lot of people have it, a lot of people know about it. For me, I think it's really just great smell. Mine's kind of aged a little bit, so it smells a little off, but honestly I like the smell that it has. It's a little different. Now let's see, next, the third one I got was YSLY, which I do not have here. That's at my house, so I can't show that. I have most of them here. I think the only one that I have at home is YSLY, plus like a bunch of samples I have. But after YSLY, I believe the next one I got was this one right here. So here we got Tom Ford Ombre Leather. So got this like freshman year of college. I went to Neiman Marcus, it was, to pick out a fragrance for myself. The lady ended up showing me this. It was brand new, smelled it, and honestly, off the first smell, I thought it was like, okay, it was like some car leather, but the more I smelled it, I started wearing it and it smelled amazing. I got like a little travel size from Sephora, but then had to re-up because it was so good. But yeah, think about like kind of clean, like really luxury leather, like a car kind of smell. And right about at the same time, I got a fragrance that I had been wanting for a really long time, which was Le Labo's Santal 33. Now this probably is like still to this day, one of my top scents. I still wear this a ton. It's pretty much empty, and it has gone a little bit bad because you're supposed to store your fragrances away from light and the bathroom for temperature changes. Kind of messes with the smells. But yeah, Santal 33 was amazing. And actually, when I got these two around the same time, I was wearing both individually, and then I discovered that layering them together, so about 4 sprays of each one, this on the bottom, this spring on top, created a great combination. It was a little woody. This is very woody. This is very leathery. So together it created like a nice, like luxurious smell, but also very clean. Now let's see, what did I get next? So didn't get fragrances for a while, and then at once I actually got these 3. So it was Terre de Hermes, Dior Homme 2020, and Dolce Gabbana Light Blue Italian Love. So I guess I'll start here and go in order of my favorites. So Terre de Hermes honestly recently has been one of my favorites. It's just like citrus and woodsy smells. I feel like it's a very clean, fresh smell, but it's great for the winter too. A lot of times people don't like the fresh smells for the winter. They want something darker, but this just feels like really, really classy. Some people say old man, but honestly, I don't see that. But the cap is cool. Kind of just twist it, slides up and down. It never comes off. So got this. That was a great purchase. This one smells amazing. Honestly, the only complaint I have about it is it doesn't last very long, but that's why I got it like last year, and I'm pretty much almost done. I'm thinking about getting another bottle, but this one is just, it smells very like luxury. Like I think of like someone going to like a nice event wearing like suit. Having this on, it kind of, I don't know, that's just kind of like the setting that I envision it in. But this, I have a lot of citrus woodsy scents, but they're all like a little bit different. And then next, we have Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Italian Love. So Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue is an all-time scent, one of the most popular for men, but every single summer they release a flanker, which is basically like a little change to that like fragrance basically. So this is still light blue, but this summer, not from this summer, it's from last summer, is called Italian Love, and it smells so good. It's like, just think of really like rindy grapefruit, like a fresh grapefruit you just cut open, more like the rind smell. And it's just, it smells so good. A lot of times I wear this for the gym, but honestly, like out of all these, this one, I just really like grapefruit scents. I use grapefruit chapstick, grapefruit body soap, just everything. And this like is exactly kind of what I was looking for in a fragrance, and really sad that it's discontinued now. I might have to pick up a bottle from like eBay or so, but I mean, it smells really fresh and good. So that's one of my favorites just because it's very versatile. You can wear it for a lot. It's not overpowering, but it smells really fresh and lasts. So those three, honestly, they're all citrus, a little bit of woods in a couple of them, but they're all very different, which I love. And I think that's just like the DNA that I like the most. I like a lot of woodsy smells, like this one, sandalwood and santal. Hermes has like some wood in it, but a lot of citrus, bergamot, lemon. But just like a mix of those are probably some of my favorite notes. And then let's see what I got next. So I got those, and then around Christmas time. So this this is the most expensive one in my collection, the Mason Francis Kirk Gin Baccarat Rouge 540, and this is the Extrait de Parfum. So all fragrances are either Eau de Toilette, which is the lowest concentration, which like my Bleu de Chanel here is a Eau de Toilette. It's lowest concentration, so they usually mean like, you can kind of look at it as like the longest lasting, or like kind of like the weaker smells. And then as you go up, there's Parfum, Eau de Parfum, and which is not very common in fragrances. You have the Extrait de Parfum, which is very, very high concentration. I'm not kidding when I say this smell. I sprayed it on a sweater, and it was like I only wore it in the winter time. I came back this past winter, and I had sprayed this on my sweater last year. The smell stayed on the sweater for over a year, and like very strong. And I like the smell, but honestly, it's very concentrated, and like the fact that it lasts that long kind of turns me off sometimes. Sometimes I want the smell to go away so I can wear a different fragrance the next day, but it's really fruity. Women really like to smell like the original Baccarat, and then they made this just as like a flanker, as they say. But I mean, the smell, like, I remember when I smelled it, I was like, that it just smells so good. Like, it's very unisex. I feel like leans more feminine, but honestly, I still like wearing it. It's just really fruity, floral, great smell. But honestly, it doesn't get much wear, because sometimes I feel like it's too much when I wear it. And also, it kind of like it's a lot for me to keep smelling, and I kind of like the lighter, more fresh scents than this very heavy. I kind of only wear it in the winter occasionally. Yeah, but this is definitely the biggest hitter in my collection. Now let's see, what did I get next? I believe this I got at some point. I'm not sure when. It might have been around the same time, but this is Polo Earth by Ralph Lauren. It's just a 10 milliliter, very small. It smells like spring. Like, think like honeysuckles, like fresh flowers, like blooming, and it smells really, really like just flowers, fresh, floral. I mean, it's really great. I think this only really wears in the spring, summer. Other than that, it just kind of feels out of place in the winter. It's very light as well. And then this summer, my mom got me like some Ulta Father's Day kit. They're just giving away a bunch of samples, and this is the #1 all-time men's selling fragrance, and I always really liked it, but I just never really needed it. But honestly, just getting this in that set for free was perfect. I don't wear it very much, just kind of like to have it. Smell it here and there, wear it here and there. Nice, cute small bottle. I like the frosted glass, but there's so many different editions of this, but honestly, the original is my favorite. Now let's see. So that's pretty much everything except for, we got 3 left. So this is from this summer. So when I went to New York, we went to Soho. I hadn't really thought about getting any fragrances recently. I thought my collection, I was satisfied with where it was at. I feel like I had all the needs I want in fragrances that I like. Usually when I find something I like, I'll put it on a list, sample it, think about it for a while before I get it. But this, we found some guy, he had his own shop set up as a little market on Soho, really nice stuff like jewelry and stuff. And this guy had fragrances. He had home diffusers, reed diffusers, candles, and fragrances. And he only had 2 or 3 out at the time. He kind of cycled through the ones that he had released, and each one was created based on a vibe, a specific vibe he had experienced. And basically this one was called Intention, which is Eau de Parfum concentration. And on the back it says, our intention, Eau de Parfum offers a bright yet provocative citrus scent experience. Bergamot combined with soft florals are mingled with the slightest touch of spices to offer an energizing aroma. Smell good, feel good, do good. So this, we smelled it on the street. I really loved it. It was he was having 50% off. It was only $40-50 fragrance. So by far the cheapest out of collection, but I mean, it just smells really fresh. As I said, bergamot. It's just really nice citrus. And recently I got a candle called White Tea from Trader Joe's, and it smelled exactly like this. So it just for work, I wore this in the summer on very hot days, when you go outside and you just feel all the humidity and heat around you, and it was honestly perfect. It smelled very fresh, clean, and it was perfect because you want something light on those days and you don't want to be smelling something really heavy. Definitely one of my favorites. Only gets a lot of wear in the summer though. But the 2 most recent pickups, which are some really big ones, are this Le Labo's Gaiac 10. And Le Labo is my favorite house of fragrances. I think just everything they do, their marketing, the aesthetic, the bottles, the kind of scents, just everything, the labels, and how it's just designed after a lab, and they kind of bottle the fragrances for you at their stores is really cool. And then right here, Creed. So I'll start with this one. Le Labo does city exclusives every September or August through September for a month. They sell city exclusives. So basically they have, I'm not sure how many it is, 15, 16 fragrances, each one designated to a specific city. So right here I have Gaiac 10, which was one of the city exclusives, and this one is for Tokyo. So actually, basically the names of the fragrances, so Gaiac 10 means that the ingredient that's used the most, the main ingredient, is Gaiac wood, which is a type of wood. It's kind of smoky. And then 10 means that there's 10 total ingredients in the fragrance. So here I had Santal, so Santal's sandalwood, and then 33 means there's 33 ingredients. And I mean, they have a bunch. They have bergamot 22, so it's bergamot 22 ingredients, matcha 26, so matcha is the main ingredient, 26 ingredients. So I just think that's a cool way that they did it. And actually I sampled this one from the city exclusives, and it just smelled so good. It's a skin scent, so it's very light. It's a second skin. It kind of smells people say pheromones, but not really. It just kind of it's very light, airy, but I'd say I like the woods. Gaiac is some wood, so you have a little hint of smokiness, but it honestly just smells clean. It's a nice scent when you don't want something that's a lot. And honestly, it projects a lot. People smell, but it's not something overpowering, but it's that smells really good. It's very interesting. So what's really cool about Le Labo is they sell these only from August to September. So if you want to get them, that's your chance to get them at any store. But if you want to get these outside of that 1 month window, you have to go to that city to get it. So basically, if I wanted to get this outside of that month, I would have to go to Tokyo to buy it from their store specifically. There's one for New York, one for Chicago, one for Paris, one for LA, one for just a bunch in Europe and even a lot in the United States. So really cool. By far my favorite. My girlfriend got this for me for Christmas, so she ordered it all the way back in August just because it wasn't gonna be able to be bought anymore. I couldn't pull the trigger because they're much more expensive than the classic collection, but it's a great scent and exclusive one as well. And then lastly, the most recent pickup was Creed Aventus. So for the last like 10 years, this has been like the biggest kind of fragrance talked about for men. It's very like manly smelling. It has pineapple in it, a lot of woods. It's kind of spicy to me, like some herbs, like honestly like sage and stuff. I have to look at the note breakdown, but I know there's pineapple in it. It's a very like prominent note, but this was very talked about for a while. One of the biggest men's fragrance, but honestly in recent years, it's kind of just a lot of people have gotten it. It's been overplayed and they changed the formulation, so it's not as great as it once was, but it definitely smells good. And this was actually a surprise my aunt got for me this Christmas. I was not expecting that, honestly, but I really liked the smell for a while, and it was cool to finally be able to have it on my own and kind of be able to wear it, but it does smell really good. So honestly, recently I've mainly just been wearing these two because they're the newest, but yeah. Let's see, that's it for all my main fragrances. So it was these plus YSLY, which I don't have with me right now. But then we have a couple extra things like this Malin and Guts fragrance discovery kit. Can read those. There's a few scents. Or is that upside down? Oh, it's upside down. There's some scents on there. These honestly were okay, nothing crazy. And then I also have this Frederic Malle discovery kit. So these little red samplers. Honestly, my favorite fragrance from Frederic Malle wasn't in this set, which is Portrait of a Lady, which is a rose fragrance. But these were, you know, not bad, nothing insane, but both were gifts. So I really like sampling colognes, honestly, because you just don't have to commit to a full bottle. Like I only really get something if I like love it and I know I'm gonna wear it. As you can see, most of the ones that I've had for a while are more than halfway used, besides like the recent pickups, because as I start accumulating more, it's harder to wear them all. But let's see, I have, you know, just a lot of samples, just like endless samples, a lot I've given away. One that I have a lot of samples of, oh here, YSLY. So this is this mini one, I have the big bottle. Also, we have Tom Ford Oud Wood. I have a lot of these samples because I really wanted to get this scent, but I didn't like it enough to pay the Tom Ford price tag. So I got 5 of these samples, which has been enough because I wear it very rarely. And I 5.2 mil, so it's basically a 10 milliliter, which is the same size as this. And like for the amount that I wear it, that's perfect. A few other ones, we have Hugo Boss Boss Bottled by Hugo Boss. We have Hugo Boss The Scent. What else do we have? More Oud Wood by Tom Ford. Great scent. Lots of samples. Actually, I'll show you guys this one because this is a very significant one in my collection, which I no longer have, but we have this brand Initio Parfums, which is a niche house. Looks like this. The bottle is like that one on the side, but it's a tobacco, vanilla, and rum fragrance. It's a cinnamon harmony of this fragrance is spellbinding. Deeply buried emotions and passions take over. So it's a very like sensual fragrance, like going out. They like describe it as like just like very like, I don't know. It's really good. But honestly, I just didn't wear it enough, and I kind of got tired of it and never really reached for it. And it was one of the more expensive and niche fragrances in my collection. It was actually the first niche one, so I decided to sell it because very lightly used. Someone bought it from eBay, so parted, but I kept the sample just so that I could have the smell because I wanted to remember it. But it's one that's really liked by a lot of people in fragrance. I just kind of like to keep my collection to a minimum. This, for me, honestly, is starting to get a lot, but I feel like I still could have gotten a lot more, but I really just like to pick the ones that I do wear a lot. Yeah, I have this one, Dolce Gabbana. So I was saying like light blue has flankers. This one's light blue sun, was done a few years ago, but honestly, I do not like this at all. I think I like found it in like my mom's closet and she didn't want it, so I took it, but it's honestly not great because it is a men's fragrance. But one, it might just be old, but also I just don't think it smells great. And then the last thing, it's already a 20-minute video, but the last thing I'll show you guys is, so there's this brand Scentbird that you can sign up for a subscription, and basically you get to pick one fragrance, or they send you one fragrance every month, or you can choose 2 fragrances every month, and they send you a 10 milliliter little tube that you put in the sprayer, and you can pick what it is each month. And so I signed up for 1 month because there was like a major discount, and this is a niche fragrance, Parfums de Marly Layton, one of the most loved niche fragrances, very like one of the entry level ones people like, but I got it and honestly I hated it. It's like apple and vanilla, apple and vanilla. So I mean, people like it. It's, I guess, good, but it's just not my taste. But this house, Parfums de Marly, is really popular, and that's their #1 seller. So there's some attraction to it, but it's just not for me. So looking to give this one away if someone's interested in it. In this, just let me know if you like them. Go ahead and have them. But yeah, it's too many samples to go through, but overall that's kind of my fragrance collection minus some samples that I'm going through. I can, if I would go home, I can show you guys the samples that I'm like currently sampling. I have like a small rotation I keep of ones that I'm thinking about getting, and then I was saying on like Fragrantica, I keep track of what I like, what I'm sampling, what is a possible buy, not possible buy. I kind of keep track of those that I like, and then over time, if I just still haven't gotten a fragrance, I'm kind of like, it's not meant to be, so I just don't get it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that fragrance collection video, and yeah, hope to get you guys into fragrances too. Peace.